Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's vlog. This is what I wore in a week. Often I like to create videos that will give you outfit ideas. However, this was a really busy week for me, jam-packed full of events, including one of them being an awards show. So I thought it would be a good idea to take you with me and give you a realistic perspective of what I actually wear in a week. So before we begin, I'm going to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and now let's get into it. On this particular day, I was headed to a breast cancer event with Estee Lauder. This was to show their 30 years of commitment towards their fight to end breast cancer, and all guests were encouraged to wear a touch of pink. Because of that, I decided to go for this bright pink BALENCIAGA dress with graffiti motif on it. I also paired it with a pair of black tights because it was quite chilly that day, and a pair of ankle boots from Alexander Wang that I've had in my wardrobe for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years to be honest. They were the very first Alexander Wang pair of shoes that I ever bought, and I still wear them to this day. You're gonna have to excuse the mirror selfies because I was here alone on this particular day, so this was the only way that I could really show you what my outfit was and what I was wearing. But again, the whole purpose of this vlog is to be realistic and to show you what I actually wear in an entire week. For an event like this, wearing comfortable shoes is something that's very important to me. That's why I like ankle boots with a shorter heel, because they look really good, but they're also quite comfortable. I did a lot of walking around the city. There was a lot of walking at the event too, a lot of standing around. So wearing a high heel wouldn't be ideal for me at all. The event was gorgeous, and I think it's really wonderful that Estee Lauder continues the fight against breast cancer. Now, after the event, I just happened to swing by Carlos' Bake Shop. I had a craving for pizza, so I thought maybe I would pick up a few things and then stop by my parents' house just to have a little family time. I'm very much an introvert, so for me it's nice just to have like family time, quiet time after such a busy event where there's a lot of people and a lot of loud music and stuff like that. So it just helps kind of ground me and feel more normal again. The next day was another busy one, and this time I went over to the Birks store for an event. This was in celebration of a collaboration with Canadian designer Greta Constantine. They had designed bridal gowns that were inspired by Birks engagement rings. Now, from what I understand, these are one-of-one gowns that are not going to be available for sale and were designed specifically for this collaboration, but everything was absolutely gorgeous. I am a big fan of Birks jewelry in general. I did a PR trip with them earlier this year, and I just love popping into the store and seeing everything that they have. Now, for this event, I wanted to keep my look quite simple. I wanted to also be very comfortable. Every time that I go anywhere, comfort is always top of mind to me. That's why I decided to wear my tabby boots because they have a quite modest heel. I think it's about a 2-inch heel, so they're quite easy to walk in. I also wore my trousers from Ohm Girls, and then my blazer and matching vest from the Frankie Shop's Gelso collection. I got married 14 years ago, and I remember at the time that I was looking for my wedding dress, my engagement ring, wedding band, all of that stuff, that it was very difficult for me because I don't think that I had quite honed in on my personal style. I feel like had I gotten married at this stage of my life, being in my 40s, everything would have been a lot more different, and I probably would have gone with more simple elements in my ring. And yeah, it was just really cool to be there and just to see all of the bridal stuff and to be around an environment where there were some girls who have recently gotten married. I thought that was really nice. Now, after the Birks event, I met up with my very dear friend, and we just had a little coffee and some tiramisu. I'm actually realizing as I'm editing this video that I love sugar and have a lot of it throughout the week, so maybe I just need to lay off sugar for a bit and eat a little healthier. So I'm actually a full-time content creator, and one of the things that I love about my job is that there's a lot of things that come up very last minute and unexpected. Like I said, I'm an introvert, but I open myself up to new experiences all the time, and I had this opportunity to go to Langdon Hall, which is this amazing, beautiful hotel in Cambridge, Ontario, and stay with Rimowa. So I was headed to a Rimowa event that day, but they invited me to stay overnight, me and my husband. So that was very exciting, and it was something that felt very special because we hadn't stayed there since before the pandemic, and that was for an anniversary. So it was just nice to go back. With all of the fall colors that were happening with the weather, I kind of like the rain, and it was a little rainier that morning. It just felt really nice and almost magical. We had the most amazing breakfast with homemade lavender infused jam, homemade croissants. I had this poached egg brioche that had lobster and what they call mushy peas, and oh my gosh, I mean, look at this plate. Even the colors of it are absolutely divine. The food that they have here, it's like next level. It's not like food, it's truly art, and that's why the chef is so celebrated there. If you ever have an opportunity to stay at Langdon Hall in Cambridge, Ontario, I would highly recommend it. I've stayed a few times, and it's always so special. Seeing as I had such a busy week, I had to make sure that I was planning my outfits in advance. That just kind of meant that I was going through every event that I had this week, and I was thinking about how much walking I was going to be doing, what the weather was going to be looking like, and what was appropriate to wear for each event. Honestly, pre-planning my outfits was the best thing that I could have done because it just allowed me to focus on my day and not worry about that one more thing. Now, as you know, if you watch my channel regularly, you know that I love my glasses, not just because they're part of my look, but also because I can't see without them. All of my glasses are prescription, from sunglasses to my regular eyewear, and I like to change up my glasses as much as I change out my outfits. That is why I am very excited to be partnering with Pair Eyewear on this video. If you're like me and you wear glasses daily and you prefer them to contacts, then you know how nice it is to have options when it comes to your eyewear. What makes Pair unique from other brands is that you have the ability to customize your glasses. So you buy your frames, and then you can also buy additional tops to change up the look of your frames. So I opted for a pair of sunglasses that have this blue reflective lens on it. I also decided to go for a pair of black tops as well as a pair of burgundy tops. The little magnetic fasteners over by the temple of the glasses make it very easy to change up your look. All you have to do is put it right up to the frames and it automatically snaps into place. The tops are $25. It's quite an affordable option to change up the look of your glasses and customize them according to your outfits. By the way, the reason that I went with the Larkin is because these are more of a narrow fit and my face is quite small. So what's very handy on the website is that they say it's a wider fit or a narrow fit just according to what size frames you need. I found this to be incredibly helpful. I'll be sure to leave all the information on Pair Eyewear down in the description box, along with the glasses and the tops that I got for myself, so make sure that you head over to the description box. Thank you, Pair Eyewear, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it. I feel like this is the moment that I had been waiting for all this week, and I was very excited to be invited by Rimowa to go and tour their factory and see firsthand how their luxurious products are made. We got to see how everything is very hands-on, how there's a lot of different processes according to the type of product that it was and the type of materials. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to film there because everything is very protected and hush-hush. As to be expected, you definitely don't want secrets to be spilling out into the public when you are such a reputable brand and well-respected brand like Rimowa. But let me tell you, this tour was so freaking cool, and I really wish that I could have taken you along, but this is sort of as far as we're gonna get in the video, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it, and yeah. Thank you, Rimowa, for having me stay over at Langdon Hall, and thank you so much for the tour. It was incredible. Now it's time for a little beauty break. I am excited that NARS has sent over this gigantic, gorgeous box of makeup and skincare, as I was invited by them to my very first CAFA Awards. This is their way of helping me get ready as well. One of the things that I'm so happy to see in the box is NARS Skin. In the event that you haven't tried it, NARS Skincare is absolutely phenomenal. This is going to be my second jar of moisturizer from them. NARS does fall under that Shiseido umbrella, so if you're a fan of Shiseido skincare, then you're going to love NARS Skin. They also sent over some of my favorite makeup products from NARS, including the Orgasm Blush, the Power Matte Lipsticks. There's a Laguna Matte Bronzer in there, which is so good because I just hit pan on my other Laguna. And then they also sent over the tinted moisturizer, and this is a product that I actually use almost daily, and I'm almost done my other tube, so I'm very excited to have a refill. All the products that they sent over are things that I'm familiar with, and when I'm looking at these colors and I'm thinking about the kind of makeup look that I want to create for the CAFA Awards, I know that I definitely want to go along the peachier, pinky kind of vibes. So I'm going to be going for that Orgasm eye palette, Orgasm blush, and just keeping everything pinky and neutral and just really nice and light and airy. Now, OPI did send over some of their fall colors, and I already have on one of their brown shades, but I decided to opt for this really beautiful red for the CAFA Awards. So I've got to do my nails, get my makeup, get checked into the hotel, and start my day. And yes, we did see a man walking around downtown with a cat on his shoulders. You never know what you're going to see in the city, right? So my look leading up to the CAFAs is very comfortable and cozy because I'm checking into the hotel and I'm getting ready. I'm just wearing a pair of lounge sweatpants from Essentials, a sweater that I've had from Topshop in my closet for many years. This is a vintage Chanel bag from LXR. I have my Converse sneakers, and that's basically it. It's just a simple look. Oh, the trench coat is Reformation, by the way. And then for the CAFAs, I just have to get everything ready. I have this gorgeous top that I just picked up from Essence. This one is from Kika Vargas, and she is a Colombian designer, I believe. It's also Latin Heritage Month, so for me, it's really nice to just kind of represent Latin people because I am Latin myself, and just wear a Latin designer. It's something that's very important to me to make sure that I'm wearing clothes that are part of my heritage. It's something that's very important to me. Birks has very kindly loaned me some jewelry for the CAFA Awards. I'm wearing these 18 karat gold hoops with these freshwater pearls. I'm also wearing this gorgeous tri-gold ring from the Dare to Dream collection, and it does have little diamonds all around the band. For the bag, I decided to go with my green Bottega Veneta bag, and then I opted for bold frames for this look. It just felt more appropriate than wearing a more subdued pair of glasses. That way I can have a little bit of fun with my look and inject some of my personality in there. For the shoes, I decided to go with these silver Isabel Marant shoes. They feel playful because of the ruffles and the ankle strap. I feel like the ruffle also ties back to the ruffles in my shirt, which does tie back to the waves of my hair as well. This kind of keeps the look from feeling too conservative, and it adds more of like a fashion element to it. And even though I'm wearing all black and I'm wearing pants to an awards show, it does feel like more of a light-hearted look just because of the textures that I'm putting together here. Most importantly though, I'm very comfortable, and I think that's the key when getting dressed, is that yes, you have to be appropriately dressed for an event. However, you do have to feel comfortable. You don't want to be tugging at your clothes. You don't want your feet to hurt at the end of the night. And you just want to be able to feel confident and be in the moment and just really enjoy yourself whenever you're out. Now, like I mentioned, I am quite the introvert, and I would much rather stay at home with my cats and with my husband than go to this fancy award show. However, I was really excited to be there, and even though my job is very social, there are times where I feel like the luckiest person in the world to be doing what I do. I'm also very fortunate to be meeting the kind of people that I am and be working with these brands that I've admired for pretty much all of my life. I have loved NARS since I was a teenager, and I remember buying my very first NARS Orgasm blush when I was just a teen with my very first job. So being here with them is truly something special to me, and it's not lost on me. Introvert or not, I'm always so grateful for moments like this, and I learned that the key is to just live in the moment and to really appreciate it. Just lean into that appreciation. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to minimize anybody else's anxiety when it comes to being an introvert. This is my experience and how I'm able to cope with that social aspect of my job. And I just learned that being appreciative, being in the moment, kind of getting out of my head, because I get in my head a lot, that helps immensely, and it's been a trick that I've been able to use all throughout these last few years, and it's also what's helped me go out into social settings and become a much more comfortable person when I'm socializing in big groups or at event galas such as this. By the way, they did give an awards to the founders of Essence, the three brothers of Essence, and I thought that was so cool to be there and witness that, because I've been shopping with Essence for well over a decade now, and they are one of my favorite online retailers.
We're honored to receive this award. We started Essence only 5 years after arriving in Canada, and we could not have hoped for a better place to pursue our ambitions. And thank you for CAFA for continuing to celebrate the exceptional creative community in Canada. And most of all, thank you to our entire team at Essence. This is for all of us.
By Sunday, I was just completely wiped. I had a good night's sleep, and then I met up with some friends. These are my very best friends in the whole wide world. We got together with my best friend's daughter and our husbands, and it was just really nice to go out and have some sushi. We also stopped by the Premium Mall, and again, I was just wearing a very simple and casual outfit, essential sweatpants, Uniqlo sweater, my Reformation trench coat, and again, my vintage Chanel bag from LXR. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you a realistic look at what I wear in a week. I also hope that it gave you some outfit inspiration for your week ahead or for any events that you might happen to have. Thank you so much to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out the description box below for a discount code, and I will see you in the next one. Make sure you give this video a like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Find me on Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.